you have the H120 loader, supposed to happen. The bolts actually got loose, and that's sort of a problem. So I'm taking the front end loader off because on this side, I didn't notice how loose these bolts got, but one of them jumped out, and then yesterday the other one broke. And if I look deep inside here, and then of course, what's nice is the H120 is detachable. I'll just unplug the hydraulics, pop them over, just loop them over, and be careful with the backhoe, of course, because now there's no weight up front. We'll get some new bolts and we'll fix it. Alright, so that's not supposed to do that. So what we have is a couple of small tools here. Dad's old socket set, impact set, and a breaker bar. We're going to figure out what's going on. First I got to get the giant socket. Hopefully I got big enough sockets here. Yeah, I do. It's a full 15/16. Sure, 15/16. Sounds great. Now, okay, good. This is turning easily. Okay. I wish I knew, my fault. I should have. Okay, so this one, just gonna go back and forth a little bit. Try to be able to turn, but okay. Yeah. Apparently it's been loose a little while. Okay. Okay. Because these bolts just hold this on, but this and this are just kind of open. So essentially the back side of this, on either side, it's like at two angles here and here. And when that gets in there, it's wedged into a V, keeps it straight. So I think we'll be in good shape here. The bolts are there just to, you know, I guess position it. But really the friction and the V-shaped channel it's in is really where that belongs. So, okay, so that's good. Let's go take a, oops, let's not lose our stuff here. Okay, so that's that side. And now for this side, where of course it's going to be time for, there we go, kind of, yeah, let that live on the wheel here. Okay, get some focus over there. Okay, so this is just a bad scene all around. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, yeah. Okay. Freak sakes. Anyway, let's do a couple things. Let's just make sure we're in the right planet as far as this bolt goes. Okay, so it literally was, stuff got loose. Just want to make sure this bolt's in good shape. But it's not, it's bent. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, see it, it's wobbling as I'm loosening it. So, National Outdoor Power said they had 3 bolts. I'm going to need 3 bolts because the other 2 are busted here. And now I got to figure out if I can get these other ones out in any way, shape, or form. So, holy. Let's see what we got here. Okay, it's some bad mojo there. Yeah, it's bent. It's very much bent. Okay. So, that being said, put the arm down, broken bolts, and next step is trying to get this stuff out. Right? Yeah. A friend of mine asked if there's any way to get to the back side or anything. Nope. Not really. Not really. So, suggestion was to take a center punch and try and, walk it out that way. Hit it at an angle. See what that happens. But, yeah. Slight issue. Okay. Yeah, I wish I knew this was happening. When the loader's on, it didn't vibrate or anything. And then all of a sudden, one day, one bolt broke. I'm like, oh, okay, that's sad. And then the next bolt broke. I'm like, okay. Turns out all these things were loose. Check your bolts, people. I guess that's the story. Okay. Got a floor view of, we're going to try here with a center punch and a hammer. Try to undo these puppies. Sounds good. Let's see if we can't. Not so easy. Not so easy. Okay. Given that, how do you deal with this? A friend of mine told me you'd have to weld a friggin' nut onto the bolt. That sucks. I don't have a welder. Yeah, this is not really happening here. Thinking that's not really moving. Let's see. Well, I wonder if it's screw extractor time, which is the other big deal, and that's going to take some serious work, I think, to get screw extraction going on here. Hot dang. So the punch, you know, I'm landing pretty good, but then it just starts walking out of the hole. Not a simple problem. Not a simple problem. And I'm looking at this like, oh yeah, I could probably take this all apart, take it all off, and maybe get somewhere with it, but I could also just admit that maybe it's gonna need some help getting this stuff out. Wish that wasn't the case, but jeez. Because the threads go in quite a ways, and then there's a backing on this, I guess. So you can't get to the back side of these. You have to do it from the front. All right. Not sure what the next step is, but not quite going to involve me. All right, so it's time to go and drill these puppies out. I did get the bolts from John Deere. I got some oil, and of course, you know, a screw extraction kit. I did have some screw extractors. I just wasn't sure of the shape of my drill bits. So of course you need metal drill bits. The oil is to lubricate periodically the drill bit as it's drilling into the metal. You'll need the punch to actually set right at the center and drill in as perfectly horizontally and no angle this way as well. You gotta go straight. You gotta go in the middle so that you don't hit the threads that are on the side, because if you do, your threads are buggered and you're not going to hold things as well. So that's the story there. New bolts, boy are they nice. Yeah, definitely looking forward to this. So one problem is I don't have a lot of room here. I should probably pull this puppy out, give myself some more room. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, let's see what we can do. And like this. Okay. Alright. Now, first step, punch in the middle. I did do a punch in this one, right in the middle. Not gonna fool around here. This one, see if I can't get something nice in there. Really just gotta get it right in the center. A little paranoid, so I do a couple shots just to get the dimple large enough to hold the bit. That's the story there. So when you look at it, it looks pretty good. So I got my dimples. Let's see how it does. Okay. Peel open our kit, so to speak. I mean, this was a $20 kit. Compared to the cost of having someone do this, I mean, come on. So, I think I need to use the largest one, just straight up. I'm looking at the size. Probably. Yeah, I can try the smaller one, but I'm afraid. So the other part is that the way these threads work is, you know, they go in backwards. And the reason they go in backwards is because you're trying to unscrew the bolt that's broken. So that's what goes into the hole once you make the hole. They got a bunch of different sizes. And the thing is, with as much force as this is, I'm going to go to the second largest. I'll do the second largest first. We'll see how that goes. And I do have the old school oiler from my dad from eons ago. So throw a little bit of, oil on the end there, and do some of that periodically just to lubricate it. It's just, if you don't do that, you will burn up the bit. You know, the bits are made of metal, and the oil helps lubricate the cutting process as well as cool things down a little bit in terms of the metal. And then the other part is, otherwise your metal on metal contact, whenever you do that, you know, you got wear and tear. So I need to do this as good as I can. So I'm being slow and deliberate with this because I just don't want to mess around. Some pretty hard bolts. So yeah, it's work. It's definite work, but or should I pay $100 an hour for someone to do this, right? Gonna be working on this for a while, it seems. I wish I had diamond tip tools, but oh well, I don't. Let's see what I got here. Just a little drop. I'm gonna be here for a while, that's for sure. Oh, don't do that. What speed am I at here? Ah, yes, this is yeah, drilling. I had it on screwing earlier. That's part of the problem there. Time to sit down. And that's the way to do this. Sit down and make friends with the machine that you're working on. So we can see all the metal shavings we got here. Making progress, but slow. Control bit still looks like it's in okay shape. So let's keep at it. How about this other spot? I feel like it's not hardly cutting anymore all of a sudden. Then we start asking, do we take the smaller thing and put it in there? How close are we even? We're not even barely getting a bite in. Got a ways to go. Got a ways to go. That's what the answer is. Oh, except we have a miracle. And because of that awesome miracle, I can actually turn this a little bit. Okay, that's good. That's really good. Let me get some pliers or something for that. And so when in doubt, vice grips are good. There we go. Oh, right. So you're screwing it, and the screw extractor goes in. Oh boy, I need a little bit more grip before we can do this. Okay, which means it's got to go in the hole further. Yep. Okay, gotta go deeper. At least we know where we're going with this. Now, again, should I take the smaller? Hell with it. Let's just make it happen. A little bit more oil. Seems like it's barely cutting. I can see it is cutting, it just seems like not enough. Alright. A little blurb of oil. Alright, a little bit further. Hate to keep trying this, but it's kind of nice when things start moving. There she goes. Just need to do enough to get her going. Alright. Thank God for screw extractors. Now the other part is that I garaged my backhoe, so a little bit of corrosion on the backside, but basically not too bad of a shape. And yeah, now I gotta get this damn thing off somehow. Yeah, there we go. Yep, broken bolt. One less issue. Now for the next one. Which, you know, again, for the most part, you know, these threads, wish I could get better view in. Oh, there you go. See? Way in there. Definitely going to put oil on the threads when we get this all done. Alright. Let's do this. I feel like I'm barely getting anywhere, and I can see I'm barely getting anywhere. Holy crap. Not quite on center either. This thing would rotate out. Seems like... Nope, not gonna do it. Gotta drill. Drill, baby, drill. Let's drill the smaller bit first. Big bit first seems to be the wrong answer. We'll do that a little bit, see how that works. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let me grab a little oil off the thing. Let's see. Okay. Where am I? That's better, at least I'm cutting something. A little bit of oil. Maybe that's the secret. Small first, then large. I'm doing well. Got some nice metal shavings coming out. Better pick up off the gravel here. Gotta love that I got gravel. Yeah, what mess. Alright. And even though it's mid-October, upper 70s today, and I got insulated pants on, kind of silly. Try the smaller screw extractor. I wonder if we could just get away with less work. So I'll note that when I hammered that in, it twisted inwards as it wanted to. And here we go. Let's see what happens. My vice grips kind of suck. It's not doing the full range of motion here like I wish it would. Okay. Okay, it's turning. This is the moment of truth here. Yes. Yes, good. So this wasn't rusted too bad either. Able to get it out with a smaller bit, which is nice. A little less work and drilling. Yeah. That's the way I like it. Now, pretty much I've got the new bolts. I'll get the arm back on here. And we'll put the front end loader back on. I think that's the order of operations. Another one. Alright, so again, I want this out of here. I wonder if, yeah, there we go. Okay. Put those off to the side. Clean out the screw extractors. Put things back where they belong in our beautiful case. And wow, that worked out very well. That's all I gotta say about that. It's yeah, if those were corroded or something else, we'd have a different story here. I'd be drilling and drilling all day. Okay. $20 for a screw extractor kit. Definitely worth more than every penny. Now, mention the oil. Put a little bit of oil on each thread so then we bolt things up here. It'll all be good. rust to death. These are the bolts. It's pretty pretty amazing how big these things are. Yeah, that's nice. It'll bolt in nice there. Very good. Just do a little bit on each just to make sure life is good. Yeah, it's not like I cross-threaded anything. It's just from the factory or from the dealer. You know, it came like this a couple years ago and bolts got loose. Unfortunately, a couple of them broke, and we're fixing it. No big deal, all in all. So, that being said, let's get rearranged over here. Get yourselves a nice view of what's going on. Refocus, and then you know, this is the part. That's the old bolt. It's bent. Throw that off to the side. But yeah, this goes right here. That bolts up. So let's do that. Let's get some of these bolts together. Brand new washers. And we'll just hand tighten these puppies first. This is a heavy piece, by the way. This is at least 30 pounds of metal, I think. Alright, so I got one barely put in. Got the next one barely put in. And the final one. I'm tempted to unbolt the other side and oil up the bolts. They're the original bolts, but I don't know. Let's see, how are we doing here? A nice view. Okay, good. Big 15/16 socket. These are probably metric, but you know, the tools I inherited from my dad were probably about 40 years ago. So life's rough. I'm going to use American on this, but it fits nicely. These are impact sockets, no slouching here. Okay, now, I want to make sure that's okay. I was wiggling the arm as I was just barely starting to tighten this, and now it's not really wanting to move. Just going to do a little bit of tightening on each, and then, yeah, just keep going from one to the next. Torque wrench is probably recommended here. I'm gonna tighten this good amount, get the loader on, test it out, retighten. That's my goal. So these bolts from John Deere, I guess with the washers, they were 18 bucks, so $6 a piece. But they're the right bolts. They're the right grade and strength and everything else. So, you know, you got a front end loader, for goodness sakes, bolted on here. You don't want to mess around, have something break on you or fail under load or whatever. Yeah, I guess I'm just saying, don't fool around. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. In good shape. Pick up our tools, pick up our mess, and check out the other side here in a moment. It's kind of tough when you start getting your hands all dirty. So this side, I just tightened up everything, but I didn't go nuts with it per se. So maybe we should, huh? Is that gonna stay there or is that falling? It's probably falling. We're gonna just do it this way. Get you guys a view. Alright, so this was tightened up earlier, like I said. I'm gonna let's do a little bit of loosening. Yep. Yeah, it's a little stiff, so I'm gonna get the oil over here. Because one thing for sure I don't want is having this rust up on me. Let's see. So let's get the oil. And this you can do with any bolt. Just a little bit of oil. I got 1040 here, but you know, anything will work. You just put it a little bit on the threads. Get that back in there. And then those threads will resist rusting because it'll get all smoothed around when you tighten it in there. As opposed to having air in between the metal, you know, the steel. You know, steel rusts. If you got oil coating it, it won't. So that's kind of important, right? Okay, that's just a gentle tighten. Now, oh boy, yes, it's rusty in there. So we'll get this. Yeah, that's not what you want to hear, really, is it? Squeak, 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 squeak. Yeah. Not too bad. But, again, a little bit of oil. A little bit of oil. Just make sure it's on the threads. And then that will be a happy place for that bolt to be for the next many years, hopefully. And then if I have to do screw extraction later, that oil is going to keep it from seizing up. That'll be nice. See, now I'm doing it by hand. I wasn't able to undo it by hand earlier. So that's nice. Yeah, that's good. For the most part now, just the last little bit. You know. And then other things you can, you know, wiggle it a little bit, get it past any rust humps, and just kind of get that into place there. Now the other thing is that your torque will be more honest if you don't have the rust throwing you off. Oh boy. Okay. So the other thing, yeah, when you're undoing it, just a little wiggle, break any rust that's causing issues. Boy, this is going to be a tougher one to take out, but glad I'm doing it now and not 5 years from now when it's all rusted and buggered up and broken. Do it on my terms, right? That's the way we want our equipment to be. Working with us, not against us. Come on. Alright, let's put the front end loader on. No front end loader. A little back heavy. neutral. Yeah, maybe this doesn't need to be in the way. Alright. But I gotta unwrap this. Get put a tarp around it just to protect the hydraulic ends. That's the way I am. Anything outside of the shelter, I just don't like having it out too long. Alright. Get the bungee cords off. Take the tarp. Set it over here. Bungee cords. Alright, so I guess let's get her done, right? See if I can't get a good vantage point here on this whole deal. I have no idea. Try it. See what happens. Our hydraulic hoses are where they're supposed to be, which is in this loop, and then these all hide down here. Okay, I had a little bit of a struggle, but basically it came out that I had to put this one in first, then the one on the back underside here, then this, and then this. And massaging, where the hoses were. So now we can get everything put together here. Let's get her done. Alright. So in theory, the loader just comes down on here, and we snap this shut on top of that. Pops down. That's down. This goes down. Voila. Front end loader attached. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're in good shape now. No leaks. No apparent leaks other than the little bit that leaks, so we're in good shape. And the loader is back on and the bolts are replaced.